Very good morning, dear students. I'm Dr. Rajni CV, Assistant Professor, GFGC, Banavara. In this video, we are going to have a brief introduction of writers who had written in English before India's independence. Those writers are Swami Vivekananda, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, and Mahatma Gandhi. In this paper, Indian Writing in English, Part 1, you are going to understand the history of Indian English literature and the way it has flourished in India. Our history of English literature's uh, passage through India. How did people begin to write in English? These are the things you are going to learn in this paper. In my session, you are going to have a brief introduction of three writers who had written in India in English before independence. The first author you are going to have a brief introduction was Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was born into an aristocratic Bengali Kayastha family of Calcutta as Narendra. Narendra Dutt was his boyhood name. Later, he was called as Swami Vivekananda. We all know that Vivekananda or Swami Vivekananda was a famous or a very staunch disciple or student of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Uh, Swami Vivekananda came under the spell of this mystic Guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa at the age of 18. And he learned from his Guru that all living beings were an embodiment of the divine self. Therefore, service to God could be rendered by service to humankind. We knew all his life, throughout his life, Swami Vivekananda struggled to uplift human beings, uplift Indian society. That was his goal. He wanted to teach people that they could live better. He wanted to say people that how human beings could live harmoniously, uh, need not to discriminate themselves in the name of religion and caste. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa taught him how to uplift human society. So he wanted to bring a change in Indian society, Indian religion ideologies. We all know that when he attended a religious parliament in Chicago in 1893, everyone who presented in that religious parliament were spellbound by his address as brothers and sisters. He addressed people of Chicago as brothers and sisters. The people were attracted to his uh, voice, they attracted to his charm personality. And in 1898, he established the well known Ramakrishna Math at Beluru in Calcutta. And we all know that he spent 3 days in meditation on a rock off the coast at Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of India, and there he got some spiritual realization or spiritual blessings. Then he started his um, work towards upliftment of human beings or human society, or uh, he wanted to do some reforms in Indian society. He attended, and his most of his writings were his speech. He had given enormous speech at various gatherings, various uh, religious gatherings, and his all speeches were combined into books, are brought out into books, and he had written many books or many essays in order to um, express his ideology and express his uh, ideas to uplift Indian society. This was the aim, this was the goal Vivekananda had when he had written his books or essays. His complete works consist of the spoken word. As I said, most of his writings are his spoken words. His speeches were uh, brought out into written form. Vivekananda's writing is very logical and precise. As I said, that he wanted to spread his ideology how to uplift Indian society. So he had used a very precise and logic style in his writing. And religious teachers usually use stories and parables in order to convey their ideas, convey their ideologies to speaker, listeners, or the readers. Obviously, Swami Vivekananda has used many stories and parables in his writings. Even very interesting is that he has drawn some examples from science to express his ideologies. That's very interesting in his writing. Uh, M.K. Naik, in his book A History of Indian English Literature, writes about Vivekananda that Vivekananda spoke with less charm and poetry but with more virility. The main idea of Vivekananda was not to write poetry or a novel. He doesn't want to write fiction. So, he had written something he wanted to do. He had written something he wanted to teach. So, Vivekananda's writings obviously doesn't include charm or poetry. This was the view of M.K. Naik about Vivekananda's writing. Let's move on to another very important person who had written in English in India. That was Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Don't confused by the name Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay and Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, both names of a same person. Uh, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, we are very familiar with the name because we were used to sing Vande Mataram at schools, and that Vande Mataram, a Sanskrit poem, was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. And we knew that Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was a Bengali writer who had written in Bengali, but Vande Mataram is in Sanskrit. He had written Vande Mataram in Sanskrit language, and he was a poet, novelist, and journalist. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was born into an Orthodox Bengali Brahmin family. His father was Yadav Chandra Chattopadhyay and mother Durga Devi. Uh, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was renowned or very familiar, he was called as Sahitya Samrat in Bengali. He was the author of one of the earliest Indian English novels wrote in English. In the sense, he was the first person who had chosen novel as a form to express his ideas. He had chosen a new form of writing, that is novel, and he had used English language in this novel. The title of the novel, or name of the novel, is Rajmohan's Wife. Apart from this novel, he had written many other essays and poems. But I'm just concentrating on this novel because the novel Rajmohan's Wife is treated as the first novel in India in English. So I'm just giving some more time to this work. Uh, Rajmohan's Wife was serialized in Calcutta Weekly, the Indian Field, in 1864, but later the same book was published as a novel in 1930s. In this novel, Rajmohan's Wife, writer expresses the relationship between a man and a woman, a husband and wife. He had used English language, a new language, and non-native language to express social reality of India in those days. And many writers look at this Rajmohan's Wife as uh, a book which brings a new dawn in Indian writing in English, because many believed that his writing style broke away from traditional verse oriented Indian writings and provided an inspiration for authors across India. This was the view we found in M.K. Nayak's book about Rajmohan's Wife and writings of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. The view clearly says that his writing style breaks away from India's verse oriented, lyric oriented Indian writing style, and he had used prose style to express his expressions, express social reality of the ಟೈಮ್. ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ ಆರ್ ಪೋಯಟ್ರಿ, ದ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೋಯಟ್ರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಚೋಸನ್ prose. That was the first person who has chosen prose style to express his emotions. And this novel, Rajmohan's Wife, deals with social issues of the day and is about the effects of a bad marriage on the woman. The novel speaks about the silent sufferings of a woman in Indian society. Indian middle class society, we can say. Uh, the novel revolves around the sufferings and struggle and hard times the wife, the middle class wife goes through in her lifetime. The novel is set in rural East Bengal, and the subject of the novel is the struggle or sufferings of a middle class housewife. And let's move on to another important personality who had chosen English language to express his ideas. That was none other than Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation. We all know many things about Mahatma Gandhi, that his real name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was born into a higher middle class Vaishya family of traders turned administrators. He was born into people who do business. Gujarati Hindu Modh Bania businessman family in Porbandar. His father Karamchand Gandhi and mother Putali Bai. The Indian classics, especially the stories of Shravana and King Harishchandra, had a great impact on Gandhi in his childhood. Whenever we read about Mahatma Gandhi's childhood days, we knew that he was much influenced by stories of Harishchandra and Shravana Kumara. When he watched drama of Harishchandra, he was influenced and uh, he became a staunch lover of truth. Then he decided that what may happen, he has to follow truth. That was his um, lifetime goal, we can say. He assumed that Mahatma Gandhi assumed that was the only way of living. Truth is the only way of living, he believed. Gandhi's English writings, we can see that for our convenience are the people who had written history of English literature in India. Indian writing in English had divided into three periods. In these periods, he had expressed his experiences in um, essays and some books. Um, when he was in London, he expressed his vegetarian and vegetarian life and the experiments he done with food and all. In this period, he had written all these aspects in his writings. When it comes to his period in Africa, he had written many um, essays uh, which expresses his uh, rejection or a kind of resentment against British rule in Africa, and how the black people or the non-white people were treated in Africa. All these things are come into play in these works, in his writings. For example, he had written grievances of the British Indians in South Africa. Such books or such essays expresses his experiences in Africa. And obviously, when he comes back to India and he starts his struggle in India, or a movement against British rule in India, he started to write obviously about Indian culture, Indian social reality, and caste discrimination and all. He had started his journals named Young India and Harijan, in order to express his opinions about caste discrimination and social reality of the time. And he had written a very important, very influential book titled Hind Swaraj. Everyone has to read this book in order to understand Gandhi's opinion, Gandhi's perspective. In order to understand Gandhi's perspective about India and uh, uh, India of that time, we need to read this book. Uh, Originally, the book was written in Gujarati. Later, it was uh, translated into English by Gandhi in 1910. 1910, Gandhiji translated Hind Swaraj into English. And he had written many more books and many more essays, and all these journals and essays obviously express his opinion how to change social reality in India, how to India could be changed, how we bring modern in the sense how could we bring a change in Indian society, how could we uplift women's status, how could we uplift untouchables, the community of untouchables in India. These were the ideas expressed in Gandhian writings. And very important book, we all know that's a very important and very famous book of Gandhi was the uh, obviously autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, the story of experiment with truth. The story of my experiment with truth explains his journey of his life. Yes, he expresses his journey of his life. And M.K. Nayak writes that this book, The Story of My Experiment with Truth, is the most outstanding. When we read this book, we can experience the experiments Gandhiji had done in his life. He didn't say anything without doing experiment, without questioning the thing. When he said vegetarianism, he practiced. When he said truth, he practiced. All the things, all the opinions, all the his teachings, our preachings are of the offshoot of or come out from his experiences, experiments he has done in his own life. And this is about Gandhi. And we have understood for some extent three writers in this session. Those writers are Swami Vivekananda, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, and Mahatma Gandhi. Uh, in this session, I just wanted to concentrate on the people who are very familiar and who are very influential people, but they are influential and familiar to us as social reformers and seers. In this session, I just wanted to concentrate on these people as writers. So, I had given my opinion about all these people. A opinion in the sense my just views, a few views of mine about these writers in this session. Thank you.